So as you can see, my workshop is pretty rough and ready. It has one fluorescent light. It has a very loud refrigerator, and it has storage, question mark, for baby stuff and family stuff, and also crafting things. Oh, there's Bob for when I have the energy to actually, work on stage combat. But here is crafting supplies here. But as you can see, there is no camera equipment. So my very first project is going to be to create an overhead camera rig of some sort. The idea is to make it out of things that I already have, because as we know, with ADHD, the impulse is, well, let's just buy all these new things for our new hobby, and then we have no money. So we will see how I do. So the first thing I did in planning my overhead camera rig was I Googled DIY overhead camera rigs, and I found quite a few. I found this one from Inside the Fox Den, and I found this one from Creative Kimona. Both of them are made out of PVC, which I don't have. I'm making it out of lumber, but the shapes are really interesting and gave me an idea of what I needed to do structurally. So over here is my little sketch of what I am planning to do, and we'll see if that pans out. So I do have one piece of camera equipment. It is this little octopus that I got when I was first a mom, so that I could set up the camera and hit record and take screenshots of the recording so I could have proof of mom. So it is a useful starting place for this camera rig, something to attach my phone to. Now the choosing of the wood. Since I was determined to use scrap wood, I had to find two pieces of wood that were the same length, the same width, and ideally flat and sturdy. This proved more difficult than I expected. It was at this point that I realized that I didn't need to hold up the rig. I could just line up the wood that I had by size. This also proved to be unexpectedly difficult because, since the wood was scrap, a lot of it was cut on the diagonal. Though I could have cut them, on this particular day I was out of brain for measuring and cutting, and I did not want to. Luckily, I did end up finding two thicker pieces of wood that were level. Then I had to find what screws I had that would work for this project. This also proved to be more difficult than I expected because I need to reorganize my screws. But in the end, I found a few good options. I forgot to film the drilling of the first leg of the rig, but apparently it was exhausting. Here you will see a beautiful piece of Megan logic where I forget about clamps and think I have to do it one-handed. And here is where I realize what this looks like. And here I realize I don't actually have to hold it in place while doing this. What was going through my mind here in regards to safe choices, I do not know. And here is where my drill bit got stuck. Breathe in, breathe out, wiggle about. Now I'm ready to figure this out. Vamos a ver.
Cut it out! I will spend my life switching between drill bits because I do not acknowledge the existence of clamps. And we finally have screw placement. She's going for the drill. She drills. It's attached! Maker glee. Now we are on to the rig supports. Here you will see my clamp blind ingenuity. And support 1 is done. Support 2, the final support. Surely this won't take long. Check out the nose technique again. And here is where I should have read the signs. I just thought that she was being stubborn. Come on, baby. And now we're almost done. We're testing it out, adjusting the mom pooch, adding the octopus, and then discovering the flaw in the design. Because I only used 1 screw for each of the supports, the camera weight knocks it off kilter. But at least it is functional for now until I have the energy to do more. New day, fresh brain, using blocks to reinforce the supports. And I'm using clamps! I remembered! Leveling like a responsible individual. And then guessing drill bit size. Foreshadowing. Here I am, so happy that I don't have to switch drill bits. The battery died, but that's no problem. I have another. It is also dead. I am calling it a night to recharge everyone's batteries. Fresh battery. How beautiful is that? And all I have is 1 more screw. Here is the rig. I used 1 screw up top and 1 screw in the bottom with 1 screwed into the support block.
So it's done. It's still a little wibbly, like it's not professional or anything, but it works, and that's the point. Yeah. My goals were to make a setup that didn't require me to buy anything, and as I was working, I was like, I don't want to cut anything right now, so it's all scrap wood, found screws, and it took a little longer than I expected due to 1 night of just, I'm done, and another night of the battery in the drill dying twice mid-drill. But it's done. And now I don't have to hold the camera above my head while one-handedly doing some crafts. Hey y'all, Future Megan here. I realized I totally forgot to talk about any sort of lessons learned, so here is an awkwardly inserted lessons learned segment.
Number 1. Learn from your ancestors. If you are facing a difficulty, there's probably someone over the course of human history who has invented a tool to be able to help with that, like clamps. Number 2. Charge your batteries, both metaphorical and actual batteries. Number 3. 2 screws are better than 1. I'll let you make your own joke here.
But yeah, so that was exciting. I did a thing, and now we'll see what other stuff I can make based on that thing. Alright, well, I will see you around the workshop. Bye!